The economic indicators don't lie. We're standing on the precipice of a major downturn. But what exactly is a recession? Think of it as the economy's hangover after a wild party. Growth slows, jobs disappear, and your wallet feels a whole lot lighter. Now, why should you care? Because recessions don't discriminate. They'll come for your job, your savings, and maybe even your favorite coffee shop. But here's the kicker. If you can spot the warning signs, you might just weather the storm. So, grab your economic binoculars. We're about to zoom in on 5 flashing red lights that scream recession. From unemployment spikes to yield curve inversions, we're covering it all. Ready to become a recession spotting pro? Let's dive in. Number 1, rising unemployment rate. Ever been left on red? Well, the job market's feeling that sting right now. The unemployment rate? It's like the economy's Tinder profile. When it's low, things are hot. When it's high, well, let's just say the economy's swiping left a lot. Right now, we're at 4.3%. Doesn't sound too bad, right? Wrong. It's jumped 50 basis points in just 6 months. What's a basis point, you ask? It's like the sprinkles on an economic donut. Small, but they add up fast. Let's time travel for a sec. 2050 basis point rise. Result? Recession party. 2007, another 50-point jump. Cue the global financial meltdown. 2024. We're doing the same dance. Feeling nervous yet? Enter the Psalm rule, the economic equivalent of your mum saying, "I told you so." It's simple. When unemployment rises 0.5% above its low from the past year, recession's knocking. Why trust it? Because it's called every recession since the 1970s. It's like the Nostradamus of job markets. So what does this job market ghost town mean for you? Companies get stingy. Goodbye, fancy office snacks. Your dream job? It might ghost you too. That raise you were banking on? Don't hold your breath. For the average Joe and Jane, it's time to polish that LinkedIn profile. Maybe lose the duck face photo. Start brown-nosing your boss. Subtly, of course. Consider if your side hustle could become your main hustle. Number 2. Manufacturing's midlife crisis. Ever seen a factory having an existential crisis? Well, buckle up, because that's exactly what's happening. Enter the ISM PMI, the manufacturing world's mood ring. It's like a nationwide game of hot or not for factories. Above 50, things are hot. Below 50, not so much. How's it work? They ask a bunch of factory bigwigs. Hey, how's business? Any new orders? Hiring anyone? Mix those answers together and voila, you've got your PMI. So, what's the mood right now? Let's just say manufacturing's not exactly crushing it on Tinder. We're below 50, folks. That's economic speak for yikes. Need a history lesson? Every time this number's dipped below 50, the economy's gone into a nosedive faster than a skydiver with a death wish. But wait, there's more. This isn't just a US problem. It's a global manufacturing rave, and everyone's dancing to the same sad tune. What does this mean for you? That fancy gadget you wanted might be on back order indefinitely. Your cousin who works at the local factory, maybe start being extra nice to him. Industries from tech to toys are feeling the pinch. It's like a game of economic dominoes. Remember, when factories sneeze, the whole economy catches a cold. And right now, manufacturing's got one hell of a case of the sniffles. So, next time you pass a factory, give it a sympathetic nod. It's going through some stuff right now. Number 3, inverted yield curve. Picture this. The yield curve is like the economy's spine. When it's curved normally, everything's peachy. But right now, it's bent backwards like a contortionist with a grudge. Let's break it down for the finance newbies. Normal yield curve. Short-term loans are cheap. Long-term ones are pricey. Economy's doing the cha-cha slide. Inverted yield curve. Short-term loans cost more than your firstborn. Economy's doing the limbo. How low can it go? Current status, we're more inverted than a bat's sleep schedule. In fact, we haven't seen a twist like this since 1929. Remember what happened after 1929? If not, ask your great-grandpa. Spoiler, it wasn't pretty. Now, why should you care about this financial pretzel? Because it's like the economy's magic 8-ball. And right now, all signs point to recession ahead, dummy. This curve's been right more times than your know-it-all uncle at Thanksgiving. It's called every recession since the moon landing. Talk about a winning streak. So, what does this mean for the average Joe? Your savings account? It might actually earn you more than pocket lint. That loan you were thinking about? Might cost you an arm, a leg, and your favorite pet. Job security? About as stable as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. Remember, when the yield curve does backflips, the economy tends to face plant. So next time you see a graph of the yield curve, pour one out for the economy. It's in for a wild ride, and we're all just along for the trip. Before, stock market volatility. Stock market volatility. It's like your drunk uncle at a wedding, unpredictable and potentially disastrous. Let's break it down for the finance rookies. Normal market, smooth sailing, maybe a few waves. Volatile market, you're on the Titanic, and someone just yelled, "Iceberg!" Recent performance? The S&P 500's doing its best Houdini impression, disappearing act included. It's broken below a key price channel faster than your New Year's resolutions. Enter the VIX, the stock market's mood ring. Low VIX, market's chilling. High VIX, market's freaking out like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Right now, the VIX is higher than a hippie at Woodstock. We're talking levels not seen since the 2020 pandemic panic and the 2008 everything's on fire crisis. Why should you care? Because when volatility spikes, recessions often follow like a clingy ex. For investors, it's like trying to catch a greased pig, your 401k. It's on a roller coaster without a seatbelt. That safe index fund, about as stable as a Jenga tower in an earthquake. Your retirement dreams? They might need a rain check. Remember, when the stock market gets the jitters, your piggy bank feels the tremors. So if your investment strategy was set it and forget it, it might be time for a new game plan. Sugar 5. Federal Reserve. The Fed's job? Keep the economy sizzling without setting it on fire. Easy peasy, right? Wrong. Lately, they've been playing interest rates like a game of whack-a-mole. Rates up, inflation down. Rates down, economy up. Oops, too high. Quick, lower them. It's like watching a drunk person try to walk a straight line. Now, tight monetary policy is like your mom grounding you. No fun for anyone. Loose policy? It's a financial frat party. Everyone's having a blast until the hangover hits. Right now, we're in tight territory. The Fed's squeezing the economy harder than your grandma hugs at Thanksgiving. But whispers on Wall Street say rate cuts are coming. It's like the Fed's saying, "Oops, our bad. Here's some candy to make up for it." Historically, when the Fed starts this dance, recessions follow like the morning after Taco Tuesday. How does this affect you, Joe Average? Your mortgage? It might cost more than your firstborn. That car loan? Prepare to sell a kidney. Your savings account? It might actually earn you more than pocket lint. Remember, when the Fed fiddles, your wallet burns. So what's all this economic mumbo-jumbo mean for you, average Joe? Your job. It's about as secure as a sandcastle at high tide. Your 401k? It might need therapy after this roller coaster. That dream house? Maybe stick to Legos for now. Stay informed, but maybe not too informed. Looking at you, 3 a.m. doom scrollers. Time to recession-proof your life faster than you can say, economic downturn. But hey, who knows? Maybe the economy's just going through a phase. Like your teenage goth years, this too shall pass. Eventually.